Welcome to It's Getting Better with me. Uh, it's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. I wasn't planning on making it more than, or having take 2 weeks to start here. But last week I did another mobile podcast in my car, mobily. But when I went to go upload it onto YouTube, or actually I edited it on my phone and went to download it back from the Movie Maker app to my file so I could put it on YouTube, pull the audio out and put it on the Anchor app. I accidentally deleted it like an idiot. So instead of trying to do it again and trying to capture the magic I had in the air, I just said, you know what? I'll just wait and just start doing it every other week now. Why not? Especially since I'm just sitting here by myself talking. So as long as I only have myself to talk to, I don't think doing this every week, I mean, it can happen, but I'm not sure if it will, because maybe I'm not that interesting to be talking about stuff for 30, 45 minutes every week just by myself. But that's why we had this little pause, but we're here today. We're here now. It is Sunday. I'm going to be putting this out tomorrow, so for you, it is Monday, and August is almost over. I hope you enjoyed it. August has been a fun month for me. Done a lot of things. Recently, the new things I've done was I went to Popeyes yesterday to have one of those spicy chicken sandwiches. And I was really impressed with the sandwich itself. That being said, if you don't follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you missed the great review that I posted. But it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to get my damn sandwich. It's called fast food, bro. If I'm sitting at Longhorn Steakhouse and it takes an hour and 15 minutes for me to get a steak, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. But I wasn't really mad yesterday. I get it. It's like a new thing. Everyone and their mothers out at Popeyes trying to get this chicken sandwich. And to be honest, it was pretty good. But it made me think, why did it take so long? Will it always be good? The internet, I'm assuming you're on the internet. You probably noticed that there's a little beef going on right now with Chick-fil-A sandwiches and Popeyes chicken sandwiches. And right now, the consensus is Popeyes is winning because the taste is good. But my concern is Popeyes does not have the infrastructure to continue to compete with Chick-fil-A, bro. I'm not ever going to wait an hour in a fast food restaurant ever again. That's not what's going to happen. So, you know where I will wait, though? I will wait at Chick-fil-A because I could see the cars wrapped around the building coming out into the road, and I know I'm not going to be there longer than 15 minutes because Chick-fil-A's God's chicken, you know what I mean? Oh, DJ, what are you talking about? God's chicken? Why you got to bring religion into this? I ain't, man. It's just what it is. Their chicken is always good. When is God great? Always. So is Chick-fil-A chicken. It's consistently good. And you know you're always going to get good service. You go to Popeyes, you don't know that. Yesterday, the chicken sandwich was good. But I was talking to people on the internet already, and they said they ordered the spicy chicken sandwich, they got a regular chicken sandwich, and they were underwhelmed by it. If you don't have the plan and the processes in place to make stuff happen well, always, you're not really that good. Because I don't know if I told y'all this, there's ways you could tell about if things are true or not. What I'm saying to you, I'm just speaking to you words. And words can lie, and words will lie. And actions sometimes even lie. Like yesterday, I got that chicken sandwich, and that could have been a lie. The only truth that I've seen to be dependable is a pattern. A pattern of whatever it is. So Chick-fil-A's got that pattern of good food, good customer service, smiles, happiness. You got people in Chick-fil-A, they're working in a fast food restaurant. They're usually young people. It's their first, maybe second job, and they're just trying to make it by. Make it by. I don't even know if that's a term. But they're just trying to make it. And instead of being upset that they're working in the fast food industry, they're all out there talking or smiling, trying to be the best fast food workers they can be. They're trying to make you feel good. I've never gotten in an argument about the sauces at Chick-fil-A. If I say, yo, let me get some of that Polynesian or Polynesian, did I throw an extra P in there? I don't care. It's my podcast. I'll say whatever I want. I'm throwing a Polynesian sauce. And they ain't never like, we ain't got that. We ain't got none of that Asian sauce. You go to not just Popeyes, basically any other fast food restaurant, and you're trying to get some sauce. They say, okay, here's your sauce. And then you roll up to the window and you're like, hey, you got my sauce? They're like, what kind of sauce you want? I already told you in my order. But I'll reiterate because I want the sauce. We ain't got that. Well, damn. There's a strike. Yesterday, that happened to me. I asked for the black and ranch sauce and the Mardi Gras mustard. If you've never had the black and ranch sauce, it's pretty good. I like it. It's one of my favorite fast food dipping sauces. And the Mardi Gras mustard, that was for my wife because I don't be messing with no mustard. I mean, I like mustard on occasion, but I'm not dipping my chicken in mustard. I ain't dipping my french fries in mustard. Ranch and hot sauce and ketchup. That's what I mess with. Those are my sauces. But anyways, at the other fast food restaurants that don't have that pattern of greatness, you don't know what you're going to get. Like Popeyes, like I said, it was good yesterday, but that could be a lie. Next time I go, I might get someone's eyelash in my sandwich. You go to Popeyes, you never know. You might end up on World Star. I know if I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm not going to end up on World Star ever. Unless I put myself on World Star being an idiot myself. But I don't know that if I go to Popeyes. I don't know that if I go to McDonald's. I don't know that if I go to Burger King. Do people still go to Burger King? What happened to them? When I was a kid, Burger King used to be the second biggest fast food restaurant. And now I know for sure Chick-fil-A is overtaking Burger King. And I know for sure Wendy's is overtaking Burger King. I'll give you that too. Wendy's got some good chicken nuggets. But damn, Wendy's is unreliable. Their spicy chicken nuggets, they're good. They're spicy and they're chicken nuggets. They're what you want. And I think of all the fast food restaurants, including Chick-fil-A, I think Wendy's does have the best chicken nuggets. And their spicy chicken nuggets are so good. There's someone I could thank for those spicy chicken nuggets. I think y'all know who it is. It's my boy Chance the Rapper. He's the one that got that ball rolling, got to bring those spicy chicken nuggets back. And I've consumed quite a few since they've been back. It's funny, they got a little wordplay. You drive by the Wendy's, it's like, spicy chicken nuggets back for a hot minute. Man. Wendy's, come on now. That's so whack. Like, y'all got a good social media game. You got the Twitter clapbacks and stuff, but spicy nuggets back for a hot minute? That's so corny. So corny. Like, you don't need that. You just say we got spicy nuggets. Who don't want a spicy nugget? You don't need to sell it with no stupid slogan. Yo, what am I keep saying, I keep doing a lot of alliteration. What's happening today? Whatever, I like the way it sounds. And it's just happening, so I'm just going to let it keep happening. But this right here, this is why I think I need someone else to come along on the podcast. I need a producer, maybe. Maybe I can find me a producer that will work pro bono until we both get rich. Because right now we ain't getting rich, bro. I checked my earnings so far on my Anchor app. uh, the advertisement I have in the beginning of this podcast, bro. You want to know how much money I've made so far on this podcast? $1.15. You know how much money I made not doing a podcast though? Nothing. So, we gonna keep doing it because that $1.15. It took me a minute. It took me a couple episodes to get to $1, bro. And I just started. I'm me sitting on my couch, sitting in my car, talking to a cell phone, and uploading this onto the internet, and I made $1.15. That's pretty cool. I just imagine in 5 years, hopefully I'm way better, and hopefully I have more people listening, and hopefully my $1.15 turns to $15, turns to $100, turns to a million, bazillion, all the money. But that's just me getting greedy. Because what am I going to do with all that money that I don't have right now in the future? Nothing, because I don't expect to get any money, bro. Like, I didn't expect to get $1 off this podcast, man. That's pretty cool. I was so happy. I've also made a couple bucks so far, man. It's pretty cool. Like a couple, because I've got some people on my Patreon. They're supporting the podcast. Like I said, if you support the podcast, support me, and you want to see this podcast get better, you could donate on the patreon.com/DJ Santana Funny Man, and just sign up. There's only one tier. It's $1.50, bro. I'm just asking for some tips. I'm just trying to get some money to help improve this podcast. Like I said, I've committed all the money there that gets put into the Patreon is going to go straight into the podcast. Obviously, right now, I'm not pulling any of that money out because I've just spent it because not much. But it's something. It's more than nothing, and that's a good thing. If I wasn't doing this and I didn't continue to do this, I wouldn't have anything. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully one day it works, man. But it's working now. Like, I can't say it's not working because I'm in a better position now than I was 4 months ago when it comes to making money with my words. So that's pretty cool. What else, man? How's comedy going? Comedy's comedy, man. I've been talking to this guy in the Orlando comedy scene. His name's Sam Abid. He's a pretty cool guy, man. He's very insightful. And he's just a good dude. I like talking to him. But we were talking about what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about things that just how fickle comedy is. Comedy, like, some things you think work and they work, and then one day they just don't, and someday they just stop working, and then you got to figure out how to make it work again, or should you abandon it and try over, or what do you do? There's no blueprint on how to do this. The only blueprint is I don't know if that's a blueprint, but the only thing that I see working is being unapologetically you. So that's what I'm going to continue doing. I'm going to continue writing jokes the way I write my jokes. I'm going to continue working them out the way I work them out. And as soon as I got my goal, like, man, I don't know what my goal is when it comes to joke writing and time and all that stuff. But I'm trying to get as much time out of a single topic as possible. So right now I'm working on most open mics are 5 minutes, so I'm working on filling a 5-minute block on basically marriage and, like, my relationship with my wife. I say some things that some people may not like because I use words some people don't like. Like I say the word bitch. I say it, and I get it. I'm not for everybody, but I'm also not going out. I'm not saying it I'm not just saying bitch to say bitch. Like, right now, I'm just saying it a lot. But I'm not just, oh, these bitches out here, bro. I ain't doing that. Like, I'm saying the words I say, I'm trying to say with a purpose. I'm trying to eliminate filler words. My default, I say, right there, I say eliminate filler words. But my default for filler words have been just swear words for most of my life, especially my adult life. was in the Marines for for over 8 years, and you swear a lot, or not you. I swear a lot. I swore a lot when I was in the Marines, and now I'm 31 and I'm not in the Marines anymore, and I got another job, another career where I can't be swearing like that. And now I'm trying to do comedy, where I still think quote unquote, bad words. I'm not going to stop saying bad words because that's not who I am. I'm not a person that I'm not ever going to do. I'm going to maybe try to do like a clean set at some point, but that's not who I am. I don't speak like that. So I'm not going to make jokes that are just clean. Like I'm not going to say I'm not going to not say naughty words because that's what gets the big money. That's what gets the corporate jobs. That's what gets. I don't care. Like, I'm not for everyone. I'm for the people that like me. Would it be awesome if everyone liked me? Of course. But to have everyone like me means I'd have to compromise who I am. And I didn't go into try to be a comedian to bend who I am, to compromise the integrity of me. I am me, and I want my jokes to be a representation of who I am, not who y'all want me to be. When I say y'all, just blanket statement, general people. I can't do it because I already have a problem as it is. Like a lot of days, I'll get up there and, dude, the jokes, like especially right now, the 5 minutes I'm trying to work, tighten up. This 5 minutes is all real stuff, and I have a problem just sounding authentic. You may have heard it in the beginning, in the first couple episodes of this podcast, like where I'll just start talking and it may sound like I'm trying to sound funny. Where I gotta not do that. I gotta not try to be funny. I just gotta be me. You know what I mean? I heard 3 times this week. Just don't care. Don't worry. What's the worst that could happen? Go up there. Don't expect anything. Don't just be who you are. And if they laugh, they laugh. If they don't, try again next time. Instead of I'm gonna try to be funny. I'm not gonna do that. Like obviously I'm gonna try to be funny. Obviously. The goal of comedy is to tickle motherfuckers with my words. But I'm not gonna I don't know how to put this in like I don't want to sound like it's scripted. Because if I sound inauthentic, I don't know. If I sound not real, I think it's very obvious. And there's this other guy who's also a local comedian. He's starting to tour around Florida and the southern state area. His name is David Jolly. He gave me this advice last week. And that's what I was talking about in the podcast that I accidentally deleted about, hey man, just go up there and sound real. And the only way to do that is to be real for me. Maybe there's other people that are good at acting, good at actors, or good at acting. I'm so done with words. Oh, man. I hope y'all know that. You see this? Look at, I'm trying, my goal, my dream is to one day be financially independent just based on my words. And you see or hear that in real life, I'm not good with words. I'm not bad with words. Like I say words, but sometimes my thoughts get ahead of me faster than the words come out of my mouth, and I fuck them up. So if I get too worried about what I'm doing, I'm going to sound fake. So I got to just stop worrying and just go up there and do it, man. That comes with practice, obviously. The more you do it, the more comfortable you are. But the thing is, like, I'm not ever uncomfortable on stage. Like, public speaking is not one of those things that, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of, like, people's top fears is public speaking. And that's not my fear. My biggest fear going into comedy was sucking, like bombing. Like, I thought that would be the worst thing in the whole world when you talk and just people just look at you. It's not even like, because there's different kinds of bombing. There's bombing where like you're not getting good laughs and you're just getting little chuckles. But then there's bombing when like you see that what you're saying is not connecting with the room, and they're just looking at you in silence. And I think that's so much worse than anything else. Uh, but when I say it's so much worse than anything else, it's comedy-wise. Uh, it's only bad because like I wanted y'all to laugh. I wanted the room to laugh, and they're not laughing at me, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something dumb instead of something funny. Uh, but that's really the worst thing that can happen is literally nothing. It's silence. So it's really not that bad. That's why you got to bomb. Everyone's going to bomb. If you say you're doing comedy, you say you've never bombed, like, I don't believe you. I don't. Like, no one's always going to connect with everyone. That's not going to happen. And if you are, then maybe you're just a really good liar. If you can't always go out and never feel like, damn, that sucked. Damn, I didn't get the point across that I wanted to get across. I wasn't able to take the thoughts in my head, put them through my mouth, send them in the air, and make them tickle you and make you go up, and I think that's and that sucks, but it's not horrible because it's redeemable. Like, you know what I mean? I could come back the next time and try again, and I could use this guy right here, this guy that I'm pointing at as my cell phone, to record everything I'm doing, whether it's a voice recording or a video recording, which I need to do more of. I need videotape myself more to see my mannerisms, to see like what else I could do or what else I'm doing that's either helping or detracting from getting tickled by my words. It's not even just my words, it's my whole energy, it's my whole everything. It's everything I do, like just from me walking up on stage and saying that first greeting to me saying thanks, I'm DJ Santana. There's a lot of things in between. It's not just words. It's my appearance, what I look like, my mannerisms, how I say a word. If I'm gonna say it, just stand there and look straight at the middle of the room, or am I gonna be rotating around and just because I'm trying not to move too much. Like when I say move, I'm trying not to walk around too much on stage, if any, because I want to be a stand-up comedian, not a walking comedian. I just want to stand there and talk. Does that mean I'm not going to move a little bit? Of course not, because some of the jokes, like it just plays into a little bit of movement. But I want my movement to be precise. That's not the word though. I want with purposeful. I want purposeful gestures, purposeful facial expressions, everything I want to do on the stage, I want it to be with a purpose and not just happening. But at the same time, saying all that, I also want it just to seem natural, which is a conundrum, because how do you plan out the way your face is going to look and at the same time make it sound like you're just talking, bro. We're just talking. You're just some strangers, and I'm here on a stage with a microphone. And you hear my dogs barking, man? They're always barking. Whatever. I would go out there and yell at them, but I'm not. I'm just going to let them sit there and fight it out. I don't know what's going on. You know what's sad, man? I've really, in the past if not the past year, if not the last few months, I've really like grown to not like my dogs. And it's not because I don't like them, it's because I don't have the time and energy needed anymore to give the dogs what they need. Because dogs need space, they need to be out and about, and they need exercise, they need movement, activity, they need stimulation, mental stimulation as well as physical stimulation. And man, my schedule and my wife's schedule, my family's schedule, it's changed to a point where, like, a year ago I did not expect to be sitting on my couch recording podcasts. Like, This was not in the foreseeable plan that I thought I had, which I don't even know if I had a plan. I just had like general ideas of where I saw my life going, and I don't know what's going to go on, man. I like trying to plan for the future and trying to think ahead. But the path I'm on right now, like, it's just, hopefully it passes. Hopefully I figure it out. But man, dogs have become like a thorn. You know what I mean? Like, they're all wound up and hyper because we're out late and we don't have time to to just get them active and wear them out and tire them out. So that like just brings a little source of agitation and irritability in the house. But I think I'll figure it out. I hope I do. I'm going to continue to work on it. I just want to say that to someone, that my dog, like, whereas the cats on the other hand, you don't see any right now. The cats are a totally different beast. Obviously, it's a cat. But cats leave some food out, give them some litter boxes so they don't pee in one spot and poop in one spot, so it doesn't stink up your house. And if you see my cat wall still, it's still there. So I have 2 cats, an older cat and a kitten. The older cat doesn't really mess with the cat wall because he's older, and he's probably just, I'm not jumping around. I ain't got time for that. Whereas the kitten, she loves this fool. She loves this cat wall. She really does. There's 3 tiers. I don't know if you could see it. You could see definitely the 1 tier and maybe the top. Sorry. But I got a shelf about 3 feet off the ground. About 3 feet above that, another shelf, and about 3.5 feet, there's a ledge. Just a ledge overlooking the room. And the kitten, she loves that thing, and it's so fun to watch her. And I just wish that I appreciated my dogs the same way I appreciate the cats. Hopefully I will. And I'm not like, I keep saying like, oh, I need to rehome these dogs. I keep saying that, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Like, I got to figure it out because it's not their fault that my plans changed, and so I don't want to, like, it's not my kids' fault either. I got 2 kids and they like the dogs and they love the dogs. And I don't want to just do that because I've got new plans. I got to figure it out. I've got to. And I think I can. I just got to. There's that. Speaking of irritability, last night I decided to get rid of all my nicotine products, except cigar. I have like some Black and Milds in my freezer that I'll pull out every now and then if someone wants to smoke like socially. I'll do that still, because nicotine. I got sick of being addicted to nicotine because it wasn't really providing anything for me except a daily or every other day trip to the gas station to buy more. And I'd rather not spend that money for something that's just not doing anything for me. I'm not going to say I'm quitting nicotine altogether because, like I said, if there's a social situation where like that's what we're all doing, we're out there smoking cigarettes or something, smoking cigars, I'll do that with people. But I just don't want to be at home doing it by myself. Just like any drug, like I don't want to drink alcohol by myself because that makes you an alcoholic. And I, for the most part, I think I've been pretty good with that. I slipped up the other night. I went to 2 open mics, and at the first one, it kind of got me upset a little. I was kind of upset about how things went down. I'm not going to say where I was or anything, but I was on stage and I'm doing my jokes, and like I said, I know my jokes are kind of rowdy, they're not, I don't like the term politically correct, because it's not like not politically correct, 'cause I'm not talking about politics at all, but like I said, I say the word bitch, and I just talk about things that I have bad words in it, and my jokes are some of them are based on bad words. And they can rub people the wrong way. And I felt like I rubbed someone in that room the wrong way. And although I was getting laughs, and I wasn't getting bad laughs, there were good laughs. Like I had like a decent, like I got them deep, like good laughs. And I got lighted early and I had to get off stage before like I even got to like the culminating joke of the set, and it kind of like upset me. So I went to the other open mic an hour away, and I drank probably more than I should have, and that was a mistake. It wasn't bad at the other open mic, which is bad for me the next day because I got hung over in the middle of the week, man. Like, who am I? I don't do that. That's not who I am. So I'm glad like it was a learning experience to like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Don't be drinking in excess in the week where you're getting tipsy or buzzed. Like, I wasn't drunk by any means because that's dumb. I'm not getting drunk in the middle of the week. But I drank more than I should have. There's nothing wrong with having a beer at an open mic. Like, you want to support the venue that's giving you the opportunity to get up here and practice your comedy. So you don't want to just sit there and do nothing or not spend any money. Like, especially if I got the money, I could spend, like, I could buy a beer or two. But it's when you buy 3, buy 4, and then you're like, what the? Then the next day you wake up early to go do your career, and you're just like, that was a mistake. So I'm not gonna do that anymore because that was dumb. But on that same note, like when it comes to nicotine, I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes by myself. I'm not gonna use my little nicotine salts anymore. I threw those out last night. Like, I'm done with it. And with that, I know it's most likely going to come some irritability. I know that's going to happen. But I think, I've already talked to my wife. I said, baby, it's for the better. You're going to have to deal with a week of me being fucking angry. And I'm not going to be angry. I'm just going to be irritable. I'm going to be short. I'm going to have a short fuse. I'm going to try not to, like, voice my frustration, voice my irritability. But like I said, there's more than just your voice. You could communicate more than just your words. And I know I'm going to make some facial expressions that may cause an argument. And I know that I'm going to do some of that stuff, like just those nonverbal communication cues that my wife's not dumb. She's going to pick up on. She's going to know I'm getting upset about stuff. Like, we've been together for 10 years. If she doesn't know, like, when something's bothering me or irritating me, or when I'm irritated, I think we have bigger problems than just me being irritated. But she knows. But I told her, I'm like, baby, this is going to be for the greater good, for not just me, but for the family, for our pocketbook, for the longevity of my life, because nicotine is maybe not the nicotine salts, but maybe, who knows? These are new things. Nicotine salts may have negative consequences, but definitely cigarettes and dipping, like smokeless tobacco, chew, stuff you put in your lip and spit out the nasty spit. Like, those are generally not good when it comes to life, like expectancy. So I think a week of irritability is going to be worth the outcome. And that doesn't mean I'm never going to smoke a cigarette again. That doesn't mean I'm never going to smoke a cigar again. But it does mean that I'm not going to do it by myself. I'm not going to just sit at home and be on some nicotine. And after that, I only have one more drug I need to stop intaking regularly. And it's this guy right here. Caffeine. Caffeine tastes delicious. It really does. Rain energy drinks taste so good. But caffeine, I'm not sure if I'm looking to stop drinking caffeine yet. I'm not sure if that's in my plan in my foreseeable future, because I don't think I've had problems with caffeine, I guess the same problems of spending money on energy drinks and coffee or whatever, but it never like makes me feel bad. Like when I was smoking cigarettes all the time, I could barely breathe. I was coughing a lot, like had nastiness come out of my lungs all the time. Caffeine just, I know I'm addicted to it. I know that for sure, but it's not like I'm addicted to nicotine. It's not the same thing, because I could go a day without caffeine without being irritable. I could probably just stop it without being irritable. Uh, but I also know that there's sometimes when I don't have a cup of coffee in the morning or don't drink an energy drink that day, where I'm just on edge as well. So maybe it is something I need to look into or think about stopping, because I just don't want to be addicted to things. I want to be addicted to life. You know what I mean? Addicted to going out there and living and doing things I like to do. Does that mean I don't like to drink? No, that doesn't mean that at all. Like I like to drink with people. Does that mean I don't like the feeling like that nicotine gives you after you don't have nicotine for a while? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't want to do it by myself. If I'm going to partake in at least those two things, smoking cigarettes and drinking, I want to do it in a social setting where we're doing it together, and it's bringing us together as people. Because there's things that get said outside in the smoke pit that if you're not there, you never know, and you get to know people. There's things that said when you're drinking with friends, or like bonds that happen when you're drinking with friends that just won't happen sober. But there's also bonds that happen with friends sober that won't ever happen if all you're doing is drinking with them. So it's a balance. Everything, you can't be all. I mean, when I say you, I mean me. I gotta stop doing that. I can't be all. I'm not gonna always be. I'm not gonna be like the 12-step AA guy where like you need to not do anything, be completely sober all the time and do that. I just think you need to be sober-minded. You need to be mindful in your. If you're going to do something that's going to affect your brain, you got to be mindful about it. You can't just do it just 'cause. And there's a lot of reasons that are just 'cause. There's so many reasons, like if you're addicted to something, to not stop. Like nicotine, man. Nicotine has so far been the hardest thing that I've come across to stop doing, because it's a deep hold inside your brain that like it's easily available everywhere. Not most people, but most places you go in public, you're going to see someone smoking a cigarette. Every gas station you go to is going to have nicotine products there, and it's not expensive to buy either. But it's just so addicting. Like that's the problem. Like, if it was just like I could go to the store and see Flamin' Hot Funyuns and not buy them, even though I love Flamin' Hot Funyuns, because they don't have that addictive quality to them. That were, oh, I gotta have it. It's right there. It'll make my day better. It'll make my mood better. And like, will smoking a cigarette really make my mood better? I don't know. I don't. Maybe temporarily, where like if you're stressed out about stuff, it will. But if you're stressed out about stuff, you got other problems. Like, I went to church today, and that's what we were talking about. Just stop worrying, and just that was like one of the other times this week where I heard about just stop worrying about stuff, and that's gonna help with that helped me come to the decision to throw out my nicotine salt stuff, the Zyn, because I was worried. Oh man, my wife's gonna be mad that I'm getting irritated all the time, and like I'm gonna get irritated with the kids for this week and for a little while, and we're gonna have to deal with that, and so that I shouldn't stop. But that's worry about the future. That's not what's happening right now. Like I know that nicotine is a substance that I got addicted to, and I just don't want to be addicted to things. Like it's not a good thing to be addicted to. Anything. You shouldn't be addicted to anything. You shouldn't be addicted to playing video games, for that matter. You shouldn't be addicted to watching pornography, for that matter. You shouldn't, like, it's 2019. Why are you still watching porn, man? Go out there and find you a partner. There's partners out there. You see all these people, like, oh, you got incels out there. You got little young men that just can't have sex, and they're so angry about it. Like, why can't you have sex? Because you're not looking for a partner to be with forever. You're looking for someone to have sex with. Go look for someone to share your life with. And dude, you know how easy it is to have sex with your wife, man? Pretty darn. You're married. Like that's not what a wife's for. It is what a wife's for. If you're not enjoying the intimacy of a relationship, why are you married to someone? What's the point of being with that person if you're not going to enjoy intimate times? So, yeah, stop trying to just find a sex partner and try to find a life partner. Maybe you'll get happier. Maybe it'll work out for you. It's worked out so far for me, even though there's been times in our relationship where it's been kind of crazy, and it's been a mixture of my fault, her fault, my fault for sure. But where we are today is in a lot better place than where we were a couple years ago, a couple months ago, a couple days ago. Every day you just got to grind it out. It's hard. It's a difficult process, marriage is, to be with someone and appreciate them all the time. Sometimes you're not going to. Sometimes you're going to be angry with them. You can't truly be angry at someone that you don't really love. You can't truly love someone without ever really hating them. There's times, there's people that do all sorts of bad things in the world that don't really affect me, so it doesn't affect me. Like, they're doing bad over there. Where, with my wife, there's been times where it's like, oh my God, I hate what you're doing right now. But I think that's only possible because I really love her, and I do. I wish love was easily definable, but it's one of those crazinesses of the world that you can't put. There's no good definition for what love is. Just I think the best definition is the person that you are fully capable of hating, truly being very, very, very angry at, and only that person can you be really, really happy with. Like Kanye said, the most beautiful thoughts are always besides the darkest, man. It's crazy. Like that line between good and bad it's so thin. Like, here's a stupid no, I'm not going to go there because it's just dumb. No, I am going to go there. Loving a child and child love. They seem like it's very similar, but one is really nice. You should love your child. You shouldn't love on a child. You know what I mean? That's not what children are for. And if you're fucking doing that, fuck you. Because you got it all skewed. The love of someone. I don't know where I'm going with this, man. I need a producer just to focus my thoughts. See, I shouldn't have gone there because now that's just weird. What the fuck? But I told y'all this before about the butterflies and the moths, man. Like, moths wouldn't be so beautiful if there wasn't no dust moths flying around. Or butterflies wouldn't be so beautiful if there weren't no dust moths flying around, so ugly little things. It's that idea just is everywhere. And I'm glad there is that beauty, though, that good that's there, the light that helps bring joy into people's life. But to fully appreciate the joy, you gotta experience the bad, the negativity, the shit. And if you don't, if somehow in your world everything's just bubbly and nothing bad ever happens, I'm not sure if you're really truly happy or you're just delusional. Because I think you really, there has to be some bad things for you to appreciate the good things. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, what the point is, there's processes in place. So, like I said, I went to church today. I recently started going to church in the past month and a week, maybe 5 weeks. And every time it's just it's a non-denominational Christian church, if you're wondering. But every time I go there, and like the message is always this something good. It's like like they're not really evangelical, or I don't know if that's the term, but like those Southern Baptists, like do good or you're going to go burn in hell. Like they're not like that type of church. It's just, hey, you should strive for good, and here's how. Like there's this book called the Bible. I think some people may have heard of it. That there's a lot of words written down in that book that can help you figure out what has worked for humanity and human history, what has brought people the joy, the light, the happiness. And if you try to live according to those ideals, yeah, I think you will have some happiness. Does that mean that you're going to be perfect? Does that mean that I'm going to be a perfect, godly human being that's totally without wrongdoing? No, of course not. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm me. I'm a human being, and a human being is flawed. But I know that if I try to put those principles into place in my life to try to do the right thing, try to act good, put others before yourself, for example. Like one of the biggest things, just try to do more for other people than you do for yourself. I think I'll figure it out. I think I'll do. I think I could have a chance at winning this game called life. And I think we all have a chance. Like that's the weirdest thing about life, man. Like life's a game, and there's winners and there's losers. But the thing is, we could all win. It's not a zero-sum game. It's everyone has the possibility to win at life. You just got to try. You got to figure out what people have done throughout history that helped them succeed at not just, and like I'm not talking about financially. I'm just talking about like emotionally, spiritually, just feeling good. Like, what does it mean to be happy? Does being happy mean that you're never sad? I don't think so. Does being happy mean that you're never angry? Again, I don't think so. I think it's just knowing that there's like having hope. Hope. I think hope is a good start. So you see a lot of places where there's no hope. It's just a shit place, man. And I hope that with this podcast, with my comedy, with even like my career and my family, I hope that I could inspire those around me just to hope, man. I hope that you can do good. I hope that you have the belief that if you do the things that other people before you have done to succeed, you can also succeed. But if you don't believe that, I don't think there's a chance for you until you come to that realization yourself. And nothing I do, nothing anyone does, can change that. I mentioned that I'm going to a Christian church. I want you to know, like, hey, just because that's what I'm doing doesn't mean that that's what everyone has to do. Like, if you don't believe in Christianity the same way that I do, like, I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying, like, I think it's working for me. I think it's going to work for me. I think my God is great always, man. And I'm glad he is. And I'm not even sure he's a he. I'm just saying he because that's what we say. I think I think God can be I think putting a gender on God is kind of dumb, but it's just a simple way for us humans to figure it out. Cuz I don't think God can be like God is like a yin yang, you know what I mean? Like this and that. Like it was two things at once. Because you got the intelligent design aspect of it, like this was all created in his image. But there's also the craziness aspect, which is not usually associated with the male gender, like the illogical. Love. What is love? How can I say something and make someone laugh over there? How does that work? I'm not touching them. Like, even though I think you need to laugh, like laughing is a basic human instinct. You know what I mean? You there's pressure, there's points in your body. If I touch you, I can make you involuntarily laugh. And there's also points in your brain. If I say the right things in the right order, the right time, and with the right amount of pause, the right timing, I can make you laugh just by doing it, just by talking, just by making a face. There's it's a crazy thing, and I don't think that assigning the gender of man to God to describe God as a man, I think that totally misses out on that aspect of what is all around us in the world. Just because there's a bunch of craziness, man. A bunch of craziness. It's not all bad crazy. Like I said, like love is a crazy thing. It's an indescribable thing. That you ever sing a song on the radio or sing along to a song you're listening to, and like I'm talking about a song, not rapping per se, because rapping like doesn't have that harmony. It can have harmony, but for the most part, rap is just good words to a beat with good wordplay and rhymes and rhythm. But like when you're singing like a song where you're harmonizing and there's melodies and stuff, and if you could sing along and you and the artist and the singer or the singers, you have the same sound even briefly, and it just sounds really incredible. I think like isn't that kind of crazy that like just for that brief moment, like everything felt right for that split second while you and Adele sounded similar on the radio. And I think that's part of God. That's part of the craziness of God, that he could do that, or she, or like God. I'm just gonna say God, man, because I don't like just calling him he, but I'm going to. I say I'm not going to. It's one of those things, man. We got these deep biases in ourselves that sometimes are hard to break. Like for example, when I talk about the United States, I often say America. Someone recently said, hey, you know there's other countries in North and South America besides the United States, so why do you refer to the United States as America? And I've been trying to be more cognizant of that, and anytime I refer to the United States, I try to say the United States or the U.S. or something like that instead of America. But man, it is hard to consistently to reprogram my brain to say the U.S. or United States instead of America, because that's just how I've always heard it, how I always said it. So that's the same thing with God. It's always been a he. So although I don't really necessarily agree with that interpretation of it, but God's the Father, you know what I mean? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit, how is that gendered? I don't know. I'm gonna work on that. I don't know how long I've been talking now, but I feel like I've been talking a bunch. I've gone all over the place. Yo, hey, love children. Don't be loving on children. I'm gonna leave you with that. That's crazy. That's evil. Loving on children, that's evil work. That's not good. That's evil. And there's that line that people could blur really simple, like, oh, I thought that's what we're supposed to do. No, the fuck you ain't, man. You're supposed to love children, try to raise them, try to make them better than you. Try to do your best to give them more than you had, more than you have. Try to make them better versions of you. And if you can't do that, you better try harder tomorrow. If today you're not working hard to make your kids better than you are, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. And don't be fucking kids, bro. That's gross. You fucking evil, sick fuck. Oh, blah, blah. Shut up. That's gross and it's evil. And no, don't do that. This is why I need a producer. I'm DJ Santana, and it's getting better.
Banana, I need a song.